Hi, I'm Scott Swenson. We're at Lynn's Propane Trucks. We've got another stock truck here for you today. It's a 2022 Freightliner, 350 horsepower, 34.99 gallon tank, loaded bumper to bumper. We've got a chrome bumper, chrome grille. We've got the exterior sun visor, 2 air horns with the snow shields, bright finish, heated mirrors, also remote control from the driver's door, aluminum wheels. We've got the stainless steps, aluminum DEF cover, aluminum battery box. In the back, we've got stainless fenders, stainless lower deck, stainless meter box. Up front here, you can see we've got the strobe lights. These work in conjunction with one on the rear head of the tank. It's got a rocker switch in the cab from the factory for those. Let's jump in the cab and take a look at a few of the options. So right here in the center of the dash, you see we've got the Allison selector switch. We've got an Allison 3000 transmission. Rear differential lock, driver controlled right from the dash here. We've got our factory rocker for the work lights. That's 2 on the lower rear corners of the cab and 2 on the rear head of the tank. Really lights up all around the truck. It's a great safety feature. We also have the strobe lights we saw in the headlight enclosure and one on the rear head of the tank. Power windows, power locks. We've got a couple of 12-volt receptacles here. Charge your tablet in here, your driver's phones, whatever it is need to charge. A lot of electronics in the cabs nowadays, so these really come in handy. This truck has a 3-function remote shutdown, PTO, throttle, and e-stop. This is really nice for the drivers. You only have to have the e-stop, obviously, but they can haul the hose out to the customer's tank right from the tank. Start the PTO, kick the throttle up, shut the throttle off, shut the PTO off right from the tank. The pump runs a lot less. It's better for your pump life, but also the driver carries it because they're using it on every delivery. When it just has the emergency stop, it tends to live up here on the dash, battery dies, you get pulled over by the DOT, get a nice hefty ticket. So this is a nice option for the drivers, but also for the owners. Down here we have a printer stand. These are custom fabricated to every individual cab, so it is rock solid. It's not going to be shaken as you drive down the road. We've got a little aluminum ticket holder here. Just helps keep your drivers organized. We see a lot of trucks that come in for service. You know, they've got a cardboard box, a wooden box. They've got them stacked on the dash, tickets everywhere. So this really helps your drivers out. A few more options also that you can't really see. Over on the side there, we've got an aluminum kick plate. Right on the side of the door, just helps keep the door in much better shape over the years. We also have the power mirrors that we had talked about a few minutes ago right from the door there. Over here we have a backup camera. This is the monitor for the camera that's mounted on the rear head of the tank. We have it tied into the reverse circuit. You put it in reverse, it comes up here. So we have it mounted up on the pillar here, so it's right in the vicinity of your mirrors. So your drivers can look to the mirror, look over here to the mirror, and also see directly behind the truck. Completely eliminates that blind spot, and it is a really, really nice safety feature for you. One last item is just the radio we have here. That has Bluetooth with all the hands-free laws. Bluetooth is a must these days. We've also got a USB plug in the side for charging, auxiliary port, AM, FM, anything you could need. Sirius XM if you want to subscribe to it. And one more additional option I forgot about that the drivers will love is the heated seats. That comes in really handy in the winter. You're out making a delivery, you get back into a truck with a nice warm seat. It makes for a nice day. Let's head to the side of the truck and take a look at a few of the options. Again, we have the aluminum wheels, stainless steel steps, aluminum fuel tank, aluminum DEF cover, aluminum battery box. Right above that, you'll see the work lights we had talked about on the factory rocker in the cab. We've got 2 here in the lower corners. We've got 2 on the rear head of the tank. So as you can see, it just lights up all around the truck. Those late night deliveries where hours in service are increased, your guys are running long days into the night. This makes it nice and safe. When it's icy, snowy, they can see where they're walking, see where they're working. Really nice safety feature. Moving back, we've got our chalk block holder, spring loaded. So it's nice and easy for your drivers to use on every delivery. It's got rubber in the front, rubber in the back, so they're not rattling as you drive down the road. And again, like I said, easy to use. Stainless fenders, stainless fender brackets. In the back here, we've got a stainless spacer. We move these mud flaps back so you're not going to pin them up against the snowbank and tear them off. Because of that, we've got the spacer here to help keep the grime off the back deck. Let's go to the back deck and take a closer look at that. Up top of the tank here, you'll see right in the center we've got the camera. That works with the monitor on the pillar on the passenger side, right by the mirrors. So it completely eliminates this blind spot directly behind the truck. Really, really nice safety feature. Right below that, we've got the strobe lights. So we've got one pointing back. We've got the two in the headlight enclosures. Those roadside deliveries, doesn't matter which direction traffic's coming from, they're going to see you, you're going to jump out to them. The two work lights on either side, working with the ones in the lower rear corners of the cab, just completely light up this workspace back here. Really, really nice for the later deliveries. Below that, we've got the float gauge. That's recessed. A lot of times you'll see the rain guard on top of them and the rust just pouring down the tank from it. Where it's recessed, it's not going to get sheared off. It's not rusting. It's nice tucked away and safe inside there. Looking at the back deck as a whole, you'll notice that it's lowered. We have a lower back deck. Most builders, you'll see they have a prefab deck. You've got the chassis rails coming from back from the axles. They take the prefab deck, throw it right on top of the chassis rails. It makes it a little bit easier to build the truck, but the problem is everything's up higher. So you're working up above your center of gravity all day, whether it's reeling in the hose, loading the truck, or what have you. You'll also know that the fills are lowered and they're angled. They're at the perfect height. You just take that 2-inch hose at the rack and it fits right up here, nice and easy. It's at the right height, the right angle. The Acme's line up and you can spin it right on. I see so many times people struggling with them up above their shoulder. In the winter, those 2-inch hoses do not flex at all, so it makes it really difficult. But this is nice and simple. You just come right up, Acme's line up, the height, the angle, everything's beautiful with it. Over here, we have an oversized meter box, stainless steel. Inside that, we've got our LC meter with our LCR2 electronic register, 2-stage preset. That means you want to deliver 186.2 gallons. You just set it, it'll drop it right on the money every single time. Back here we've got a little tray. You can keep your gloves, any fittings you use throughout the day. It helps your driver stay organized. We see a lot of stuff banging around these meter boxes because it's a good place to store stuff, but this helps keep everything organized. Over on the side here we've got a little bottle holder, because we have a bottle of water from the guys. A little bottle holder here, you can keep your leak check soap in there. Summer months we see a lot of bee killer in there. Keeps it nice and handy for the drivers. Hose end nozzle stored inside the meter box, keeps it clean, dry, free of ice, snow, and grime. A lot of times you'll see these threaded on here, and that's, you know, twofold. The problem is twofold with that. They're out in the weather, they're getting all the filth from the road on them, but also every time you got to unthread it, thread it back on for every delivery. With this, it's just easy in, easy out. You're in there to get the meter going anyway. It's nice and simple, stored away. Right in the center here, we talked about the fills, but we've got the disc here. That's pull-away protection. That's tied into the Allison transmission. It's called range inhibit. So if that cap's not on, it's not going to let you put it into gear. Really, really nice safety feature, because that's probably the most common accident in the yard is pull-away. It's easy to get distracted. It takes a little while to load. Get a call from the wife, the girlfriend, a buddy, whatever it is. It's easy to get distracted during that time that you're loading. So that's a really nice safety feature as well. Moving across here, we've got our Hannay hose reel. This is spec for 250 feet of 1-inch hose. Comes standard with 150 feet of 1-inch hose. If you notice, we've got a lot of extra room in this reel. Your guys are out in the winter, they're doing 40, 50, 60 deliveries a day. They're hustling. They're just throwing this on here. If you don't overspec the reel, you've got to reel that in perfectly every single time. With this, they can just throw it onto the reel. It's going to fit every time. It's not going to be lopping over the sides, catching between the drum and the frame. It's not going to be rubbing against the bottom deck and shortening the hose life. So this really works well. We've got the Guide Master here as well. This is a really nice feature for the guys. If you don't have this, you're basically guiding in with your hands. Anything you've dragged the hose through, you're going to get on your gloves. With this, it's easy on the back. You're just guiding the hose in when you're done with your delivery. Also, a really nice thing for your drivers. Let's head to the side of the truck. We'll take a look at a couple more options. Again, we've got the lowered stainless steel deck, stainless fenders, stainless fender brackets, stainless spacer, the aluminum wheels. Moving up, you'll see we've got the stainless steps, aluminum after treatment cover. We've got the horizontal exhaust with the stainless cover and grab handle on it. Inside the frame rails, you can't really see it. We've got an oversized PTO shaft, straight as an arrow. A lot of times we see these trucks coming in for service. They've got, they're at an angle. Those universals, you're just burning right through them. They're not as efficient. When it's straight and true, it lasts longer. There's a lot less maintenance to it. Also, what you can't see in the frame rails, we've got everything's color coded. You get diagrams in a binder of everything that we do with your new truck. If you see a yellow airline in the frame rails, you look right on your pneumatics diagram, you see where it goes to the front of the truck, part and part number, where it goes in the back of the truck, and the part and part number that it connects to. Really nice for troubleshooting, but you can always call us for that as well. This truck's built, it's ready to deliver gas. If you have any questions on it, give us a call, 800-252-5467. We'll talk to you soon.